Good morning, everybody. When I looked at today's agenda, I realized I'm the last speaker between now and your lunch, which I believe makes me the most powerful man in the room. It's also going to make me the most hated man in the room if I do not jump right into my presentation, so that's what I'm going to do. I'd like to start today by asking, if your website is your number one driver of sales or leads to your small business, if your website is your number one driver of sales or leads, I'd like you to stand up. Wow. 1, 2, 3, come on, any more? Okay. All right, folks, you have a lot to learn. This is going to be a good 15 minutes for the rest of you. For those of you who are standing, congratulations. You guys are doing a lot right. And hopefully you walk away with a thing or two here today to capitalize on what you're doing. Everybody else, you have tremendous opportunity. And hopefully the tips I'm going to give you here over the next few minutes will help you capitalize on the opportunity that is out there right now. You need to care about this. This is tremendously important because I firmly believe that your website and your online marketing campaign should be the number one source for leads and sales into your business. And let me tell you, customers feel that way as well. In 2012, 78% of American shoppers researched buying decisions online before buying a product or service. 78%. So if you don't care to make your online reputation your number one source for driving sales and leads into your business, your competitors are going to care. So I suggest that you put a focus on it before they do. It's critically important. The world is going digital. You know, a large part of that is actually the growth of tablets and smartphones. In fact, Americans are spending far more time online today than they ever have in the last several years, and it's because we're connected all the time, and these devices that you can take on the go make that even more and more possible. So that statistic is trending up, and it's going to continue to trend up year after year after year. The good news for all of you is that the playing field is leveling. It is easier than ever before for a small business, even a startup who's bootstrapping with very little capital, to make an impact in the world of online marketing. Big businesses are scared by some of the abilities that startups and small businesses now have to promote themselves online. So take advantage of this unique and cost-effective opportunity. So what I'm going to do over the next few minutes is I'm going to give you 10 tips which I believe that if you implement these 10 things and put them into practice, it is going to make your online marketing and your website become your number one driver for leads and sales into your business. The first thing to understand is content is king in the world of online marketing, and this is true more so than ever before. So please treat content like it is king. It is critically important that you have good content. Anything you do online has to be written well, has to accurately describe your products and services, and has to add value back to the readers. Now, content can come in many forms online, and the amount of ways the amount of forms of content is growing each day. The written content is particularly important, and written content is particularly important because Google says so. Who has heard of Google's Panda update or Google's Penguin update? Okay, several people in the audience, that's good. So over the last few years, Google has made an incredible shift in the way that it determines its search engine rankings. It is placing more emphasis than ever before on the quality of content on your website and how often that content is updated. If you have good quality content and your content is frequently updated, Google will reward you by moving you to the top of its search results. When Google moves you to the top of its search results, more people come to your website. When more people come to your website, assuming they're the right people, which we'll get to in a moment, when more people come to your website, that's going to drive more sales to your business. So content's very important. Google tells us so. Now, I mentioned written content is king when it comes to SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and it's the process that companies such as ours do to help move your website up in the search engine results. A large part of search engine optimization is to add quality content to your website and to update that content regularly. Google consumes that content. Google can actually detect how well written the content is, consumes the content, sees how fresh the content is, sees how on point the content is, and rewards you for it accordingly. But all content matters, and there's a lot of different forms of web content. Infographics have become very popular. That's a great form of content to share thoughts and ideas. People like seeing things visually. Podcasts, very, very popular. A great way to get your thoughts and ideas out and build a reputation for yourself online. Online video, tremendously impactful with the way that the web has evolved and connection speed has evolved. So these are all different types of content that you need to be thinking about when putting together a content strategy for your online marketing. Your mom wants good content, not spam. Don't disappoint your mom. This is very important with online marketing. As I said, Google can actually detect if you're writing poor content. There are companies that, for example, if you were a doctor or a lawyer, you can have a company create your website, and there's these companies that do it very cost effectively because they do these templated sites that they sell to doctors and lawyers everywhere. But they'll actually provide the content, but it's actually a horrendous idea because they take the same content and duplicate it on all of these different, doctor and lawyer websites. That may have been effective 5 years ago. Google hates that now because it's not quality content. You are not adding any value to the web by simply duplicating what somebody else has put out there. Google will not trust your site, it will not see your site as a resource, and your website will not be seen in the rankings. So quality content is particularly important. Now, what does it mean to have quality content? Quality content is content that adds value to the people coming to your website. And to break it down into simple terms, give people things. That's the best way to give people value. Give people things when they come to your website. Offer them things that are going to be valuable to them. The most basic way to do this is to be a resource. All of you are subject matter experts on something. So utilize that expertise and that experience that you have to build great content for any sort of online marketing you're doing. Now, the most basic form of doing this, and the form that a lot of people use highly successfully, is blogging. In fact, Tim Fulton's got a great blog on small business that he uses to put out great content, and I'm sure to generate traffic and interest for conferences such as the one that you're at today. If you're going to start a blog, find a niche. Find a specific niche. This is actually my wife's blog. She has a social media consulting company and that specializes in helping television newsrooms. So she put together a blog that is social media strategy for the journalism business. Highly targeted, highly niched blog. It's an area that she's an expert at, and there's not a lot of great information out there on the web that is specific to that particular niche. So I would recommend you find a niche that is specific to your expertise and fill that niche. And people will like it. Her blog's been online for less than a year. This is this is her most recent post. It got 42 likes on Facebook, 8 tweets. That's good. She's starting to build a following. She's starting to have a lot of people read her articles when she puts content out there, which then is going to turn into sales leads, better search engine results for her, all of that type of thing. Another way you can add value is to show you care. This is kind of a creative thing that my company did. We use a software tool called SEO Moz which helps us prepare our customers' websites for good search engine rankings. And this tool was having a lot of problems. Now, this is a very popular tool that's used by tens of thousands of agencies and companies around the US, and the tool kept, during the day, having problems. So our marketing staff created a Get Well Soon card, and everyone on our marketing team took a photo of this, and then we put this on our Facebook page and tagged the other company in it as kind of a funny joke. Well, the following day, the company SEO Moz took a little picture of a "Thank you, I'm feeling better already" card and had their staff take photos of that and put that onto their own company's Facebook page, which is seen by tens of thousands of people in our industry. This got retweeted and shared hundreds and hundreds of times, all within an audience that was a pretty good audience for us to get some name recognition in. So just by giving a little value back, by showing you care, interesting things can happen and things can go viral. You can also, once you start to get some readership, you can also ask people questions. Just simply asking people things is a great way to start to build content and value online. We posted this article. Google was doing a change to their algorithm, so where Google would allow you to disavow links, basically saying, I don't want that link coming to my website anymore. So we said, what would you disavow in your own life? If you had a tool that would allow you to just get rid of something in your own life, what would that be? And we actually had several people who are highly influential on Twitter, tens of thousands of followers, who tweeted us answers to this question. And now all their followers are like, oh, what was that? And all of a sudden our blog post is getting flooded with traffic from really good, really good target audiences for us. Create content with personality. It is more important than ever to exude your personality on the web. You have to have personality to be remembered, and that is particularly true when you're generating online content. I love this example, JetBlue Airways. Someone tweeted, I want to make love to the JetBlue terminal. JetBlue tweeted back, goodness, I hope you at least buy the terminal dinner first. I like that. It's memorable. You know, it gives their brand a personality. One of the best examples of online personality that I've seen is this series of videos called Will It Blend. If you haven't seen these, I encourage you to go to YouTube and search for Will It Blend. A blender company called Blendtec wanted to come up with a way to promote their line of blenders. So they said, you know what? We're going to take popular electronic devices like an iPad and we're going to put it in our blender. And we're going to blend an iPad. And we're going to see if the iPad will blend. And it was a great way of showing the power of their blender. It literally chopped the iPad and an iPhone into a tremendous number of tiny little pieces. It was a great advertisement for them. This video probably cost them less than $1,000 to produce. It has over 15 million, almost 16 million views on YouTube. And this is just one. They created a whole long series of these videos. I think they got over 100 million views total across all of their videos for a campaign that cost them next to nothing to do. All it took was a little bit of creativity, adding value to their audience, giving their audience personality. Even in crisis, give personality. Somebody posted to the Red Cross Twitter account accidentally about getting drunk off Doghead beer. This went out to everyone who was following Red Cross's Twitter account. Big mistake, obviously, by whoever did this. Well, Red Cross quickly realized it and then removed the post and reposted. We deleted the rogue tweet, but rest assured the Red Cross is sober and we've confiscated the keys. You know, great way to handle a situation like that with a little bit of humor and a little bit of personality. One of the real advantages to building good content is it allows you to get links to your content. And in the world of search engine optimization, the more good quality links that are coming to your website, that means the number of other websites out there that are linking to your website, the better your website's going to do in the search engine rankings, and therefore the more customers you're going to end up getting off of your website. The easiest way to achieve that is to create really good content that people want to link to. If you create the good content that I just showed, people will share it virally. You'll get links from Facebook. You'll get links from Twitter. People will link about it in other blog posts, and that's going to drive up your search engine rankings. Very important. When it comes to, when you create content, you should be creating content with a keyword strategy in mind. And that means when you're writing your content, think about the target audience of your business and who you would ideally like to see this content. And then think about what might they be searching for in Google, and include those terms within your content. And there's a term now called Longtail, which refers to keyword terms that are longer than your average keyword term. The way that people search on Google has changed significantly in the past several years. Searches are becoming longer and more sophisticated. People are no longer just typing in, car dealer into Google to find a local car dealer. Instead, they're typing in, I want to buy a 2012, Toyota, yada, yada, long searches into Google. So you can use that to your advantage by taking ideas for people who may be writing very long and very specific searches and ensure that you're capturing that in your content. There's a great keyword tool, free. It's called Ubersuggest, ubersuggest.org. You can go into it and type in any term. In this case, I typed in teddy bear. And Ubersuggest will come back and give you a bunch of long tail terms that are related to the word teddy bear. So for example, teddy bears and chocolate, or teddy bears at Target, or teddy bears by the seashore. These are all things that people are searching for every single day in Google. So that might, if you sell teddy bears and you're writing an article to try to get more sales of your teddy bears, you may go to this and say, teddy bears and chocolate. That's, people are searching for that. That's a little bit of a longer term. How can I incorporate those references into whatever material I'm putting out on my blog or through through other types of online promotion. Have an impressive title. I love this guy's title. He's the Shredded Cheese Authority. I Googled impressive title, and that was the first image that came up. And I thought that, hey, I would love to be the Shredded Cheese Authority. That's a pretty great subject matter expert. But with this tip, I'm not talking about what your actual job title is. I'm not saying make up a fancy job title for yourself. What I am saying is that whenever you produce online content, it's critically important that the title of that page be very descriptive, contain your keywords, and be specific to what you're writing about. So this is the homepage of our website, and you can tell what the title is not by actually looking at the body content of the page, but by looking in your browser in the upper left. Whatever appears up there in the little tab, and it will be cut off, so if you mouse over it with your mouse, as I did here, you'll see the full thing. So the homepage of our website is Web Design and Development Company, right? Because that's descriptive of what we do. That's something that people are searching for, and we want to come up when people are searching for Web Design and Development Company. So go back and check your website after this. If the title of your website is simply the name of your company, you're missing tremendous opportunity. You should be building some keywords into your title. Additionally, you should have a different title for every page of your website. You should not have the same title across all the pages. So this is a page about our social media marketing services. And on this page, the page title is Social Media Marketing Company. So obviously our page titles change as you navigate throughout our website. Critically important. Also important then to have the actual headline text on your page to also be aligned with that. So the page that has Social Media Marketing Company in the page title, of course, has Social Media Marketing as the headline text for the page when it's describing the services that we provide. And that ultimately gets me to my next tip, which is to achieve perfect alignment. If you really want to rank well in Google, you're going to have really good quality content. The links that are coming into that content are going to contain the keywords that you want to attract people under. The page title in your browser is going to contain those keywords that you want to attract people under. The headline on the page is going to contain the keywords that you want to attract those people under, and the actual content is going to contain the keywords that you want to attract those people under. However, you must make all of that sound natural because Google wants good quality natural content. You cannot what is called keyword stuff, which is where you just put the same keyword a bunch of times into the page. Google will see through that. Your readers will not think that's natural content. It's obvious what you're doing, and that will not help you. So it's an art. You've got to do it naturally. You've got to write really good quality content, but you've got to naturally work keywords in there to make Google happy as well. Make them get to give, tip number 8. Now what this means is that a great way to drive leads from your website is to give people something they can take away, but make them give you their contact information in order to get it. So a perfect example of this is to create an ebook. I highly recommend this strategy for your website. Create an ebook. It doesn't have to be long. You could even just do kind of a white paper. It could be a couple of pages of valuable information about some topic you may want to tell people about. For example, for us, a great thing that I could do is take this speech today and package it up into a couple of page summary of my top 10 points and put it on my website, on the homepage of my website. Get the top 10 tips for digital marketing success for free. You click it. All we need is your name and email address, and we're happy to give you this free ebook. People will give you their contact information and turn into a sales lead for you if you give them something of value in return. So make sure you're giving people opportunities to give them something of value, and you'll generate a lot more leads from your website if you do that. Number 9, test and test and test. You would not believe how more effective you can make your website and online marketing if you do some simple user testing, and there are great tools to do it for free. Let me give you an example. This is a website that sells wine, thecorkscrew.com. It's a very nice wine retailer. They're selling this bottle of wine. They're in Europe, so they're selling this bottle of wine for €9.95 euros. Okay, it's on sale, normally $11.95. When someone comes to this website, to this particular page, 12.5% of the time they buy that bottle of wine. They decided to make a design change. They didn't change the price of the product. They didn't change the description of the product. All they did was they better highlighted the fact the product was on sale. This is the change they made. Just simply added 15% off in 2 places in bright red. Their conversion rate shot up from 12% to 31%. 148% increase in sales of this bottle of wine due to one small design change on their website. That's how critical the design of your website is and how critical testing that design is in order for you to have success online. Other examples of this, even if you're going to put online video up, the still image is critically important. 18% of people would play that video, change the opening image to that, and 32% will play the video because it's a little bit more of a setting and it's not putting the app front and center. That's hugely impactful. If you want people to play your video, you just increase your conversion rate by 71%. Now, Google, through Google Analytics, provides a free tool for doing this type of A/B testing. You have to have a web developer integrated into your website if you're not familiar with how to do it yourself, but it's not terribly hard. And what you can do is create different versions of the same page with the graphics slightly differently and test them against each other. And then Google will tell you which one performs better based upon the real life of people coming to your website. It's very simple to optimize your website. You just got to put in the time to do it. Final tip, be in movies. People ask me, what is the future of the web for the next years, for the upcoming years? And there's really, in my opinion, 2 answers. First of all, mobile. Obviously, the web is going everywhere, and the use of smartphones is just continuing to increase and increase. And number 2 is online video. People are consuming online video more than ever before. You need to have good quality, compelling video content. People love to consume online video. So in my opinion, every website should have really good quality video content because that is what people love to consume. And video content is a great way to give your website personality. We utilize this a lot with our company. We've utilized this a lot with our clients. It gives our clients a big boost to be able to exhibit their personality through their website. So there are the top 10 tips. And if you do all of those things, if you go home today and implement these things in practice, I promise you, your door will be beat down with lots of happy fans who want to buy your products and services. So I hope you do. If we can be of any assistance to you, there's my company's contact information. Thank you very much. Nice to talk to all of you.